welcome back to the Minimalist Educator Podcast, the podcast that fits perfectly into your summer break. Over the next few weeks, the Minimalist Educator Podcast is keeping it short and sweet. Just quick answers to the questions you've been wondering about. Perfect for however much summer break you've got left today. A coffee break, a pool lounge, or those first few minutes before you remember you don't have to lesson plan. So relax, you've earned it. Quick questions, quick answers, all summer long. Let's dive into today's question. Hello and welcome back to our summer series at the Minimalist Educator Podcast. We have episode number 2. What is our question for today, Tammy?
Today, we have a question from our friend Jessica, who's in Tennessee. And the summertime tends to be heavy in conferences in North America. So June, July are pretty conference heavy. And so Jessica's question was, how do you deal with promotional emails after attending conferences? This is such an annoyance. I love ideas on how to tackle unsolicited emails. So yeah, true. I mean, I get them too. And I think there's a couple of things that happen there. So when you're in the exhibit hall, sometimes they capture your emails, right? Because whatever you're talking about, and it might be of interest at the time. But then there's also some conferences, smaller ones in particular, that will give the attendee list to, like, the conference participant list to the vendors. Mm-hmm. And so you will sometimes get those emails that I think participants don't always know that the vendors will potentially get those emails. And so that can be a bit frustrating, but at the same point, or at the same time, those vendors usually pay a lot of money to be at those conferences. So I can see why they get those lists. But specific to Jessica's question, how do you deal with the emails? On my end, I just end up doing like an easy unsubscribe. Like if it's not something that I know that I'm going to want to look at each, however often they send the emails, Gmail makes it so easy now to just unsubscribe from something. So I'll tend to do that. I don't know what that looks like on the back end for successfully unsubscribing. I'm assuming it works because when I send emails to people through the email provider that we use, people unsubscribe and then I go in and delete them so that they don't get. So there is another step in the background. So I'm not sure there, but for me, it's just a simple, don't need this. How about for you when you've got even just regular emails that you're like, how am I on this list?
Yeah, that's annoying. That is definitely annoying when that happens. Yeah, the unsubscribe button is definitely the key, I think. You can set up automatic filters, like any emails from this or someone like this talking about this keyword. You can go straight into a folder as well. But I think it's just staying on top of it, because before you know it, you can have all of these things and your inbox is just going crazy. And then it actually takes, a little bit of maintenance work to make sure that you're unsubscribing and getting off those lists. So, yeah, it is a tricky one because, even if you want to scan something and get a free download, you often have to put in your email and then it's out there and you're getting all sorts of mail from people. So I totally understand the question and the annoyance of it, but I think a little bit of admin work can sort it out for us.
Yeah, I like the idea of the filtering. I didn't even think of that, honestly. And then some stuff, I mean, I don't know if you need to mark it as spam necessarily. But I think it maybe if it keeps coming through to you, right? Like if the unsubscribe isn't working, then you have to mark it as spam or whatever the other label is. And if you're using Gmail, I don't know what it's like for Outlook. Yeah, I think those would be the top 2 things to work on. Hopefully that helped, Jessica.
And that's today's question answered. Thanks for spending a few minutes of your summer with us. Remember, Quick questions, quick answers, all summer long. We'll see you next time on the Minimalist Educator Podcast. Now go and enjoy the rest of your break.